Is now in custody after the murders of the actor and director and his wife, Michelle. Sources tell ABC News the two were found. Rob Reiner's son is now in custody after the murders of the actor and director and his wife, Michelle. Sources tell ABC News the two were found stabbed to death in their Los Angeles home overnight. Now officials are expected to give an update on the investigation later today. Our Alex Stone has the latest on that. We're going to get to Alex in a bit. But first, I want to go back to Brad Garrett. Brad, for your reaction here, we're just learning right now, breaking news, that Nick Reiner is in custody. What do you make of that?
So, do adult children kill their parents? Of course they do. We don't know that is the case here. But it's one thing you have to look at. Now, who was last at the house? Does Rob Reiner have security? Does he have CCTV? Are there phone records that place his son at the house? And what was their relationship? Who knows what's accurate? But the two of them even did a movie years ago about his son's addiction and the issue that has plagued.
Miss Fox.
I could name off a number of homicides where adult children that had addiction problems harmed their parents. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. So all of those things I just mentioned, can LAPD put the son at this location? I'm really curious to know who notified emergency services and or the police. Does the son have anything to do with that? And so it's like every other case. Can you put the son at the scene? We don't know how they died, but all that's important to see if the son is a viable suspect.
And this all happened at their home in Los Angeles. Our Trevor Alt is there right now. Trevor, what are you learning?
Well, this arrest does not necessarily come as a surprise based on the rumors and some of the reports that we had been hearing, but the LAPD had been very tight-lipped yesterday when they addressed the media, Diane. So this is certainly a very big development that Nick Reiner is in custody. Now, the LAPD has not clarified what charges he may be facing, or even that it is 100% certain tied to what appears to be a pretty grisly double murder at the home here that's just on the left. We watched this morning as the medical examiner showed up here on the scene. They have since cleared it. They had several blocks all around that were blocked off while that investigation was ongoing. They have since removed all of that caution tape, so we could go right up to the gate of Rob Reiner's home, and you can see signs for a security system here. Now, how that played out in terms of how the authorities were notified of this, we're not 100% sure. We know that LAPD officers arrived here around 3:30 in the afternoon yesterday, and they were arriving because they were conducting a death investigation. Now, we've been waiting on some more details here. We know that the Associated Press had reported that a source with the LAPD had said that officers were questioning a family member. It is highly possible that that was Nick Reiner, who has now been charged here. But of course, there are still many unanswered questions on a really devastating story for a lot of people. Rob Reiner, of course, one of the most highly regarded directors all around the world, made so many iconic films. Michelle Singer, a photographer in her own right. They were extremely well loved around the world for their work, and also here in the neighborhood here in Brentwood, known to frequently have gatherings, and other members of their family lived in the homes in the neighborhood as well. So,
yeah, Dub, I think they were saying that from the beginning, that it was his son. But that's only because we've seen problems with his son before in Mr. Reiner's life. He's done movies about it. He's talked about his son's addiction. But here's the thing. You'd have to be pretty crazy. You know, we all been strung out on something one time or another. But to have thoughts about killing your family or something, yeah, that goes beyond addiction, I would think, to problems. But, you know, I was watching JLR. JLR's talking. He's got the thing up about Nick Reiner being arrested, but they're talking also about something that was going on in California, a political thing. And you have to keep in mind, Mr. Reiner was very into politics, and he was very big into the JFK assassination. So I don't know yet. I'd have to wait and see if it, you know, his son is involved in it. You know, they would have to have some pretty good evidence, meaning camera footage. They would have had to see this whole thing unfold. If they're going off past or what people are saying, then it's just hearsay. But uh, I think they were saying that from the beginning when this came out. His son killed him, but there was no confirmation on that yet. Let's watch a little bit more of this. Unless they have DNA. Well, if it's his parents, there's going to be DNA all over. If he goes to his mother and father's house a lot, then yeah, there probably will be. But here is the question: as some of these people have a great question, who called the police? Who showed up there and found the bodies? They're saying that his daughter did. His daughter is the one that found them and called the police. So I don't know. No, his daughter's very beautiful too. Uh, maybe there was something, but they would have to have evidence to say and charge him with murder. I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but let's continue to listen to this. Debbie says Valdez was right. He might be right. I don't know. Not sure.
Certainly a devastating twist. This was something where we were waiting on police to give us some information. I expect now we will probably get some clarity on those charges for Nick Reiner later today. It's not 100% clear when the LAPD will address the media, but they had been planning on an update already. So I do think we will get some details later on today.
And Trevor, we're hearing now there's a $4 million bond in his case. I want to pull a little bit more on the community. You talked about how they are beloved there. I understand his daughter lives right across the street with her kids. They were known to throw a lot of parties. How are people there reacting?
Well, from what we've seen, I mean, this is a neighborhood that a lot of celebrities live here. And of course, a lot of celebrities who have worked directly with Rob Reiner, Diane. And so among them, we know yesterday, after the authorities were already on the scene, Larry David showed up here. Billy Crystal showed up here. And one of our reporters from our local affiliate, KABC, said it looked like Billy Crystal was devastated, almost as if he was on the verge of tears. Of course, Billy Crystal and Rob Reiner worked together on one of their most beloved films, When Harry Met Sally. I would imagine you are going to continue to see an outpouring of devastation from people, not just here in Brentwood, but people who had worked with Rob Reiner going back decades. I mean, this is a person who's been famous since the 1970s, so more than 50 years. And of course, the people of Brentwood, it is certainly an upper class community. These are extremely nice homes. There are very prominent security system logos outside of basically every driveway here. It's not necessarily a neighborhood that would say you might be covering a double murder, which probably makes it all the more shocking for people. We continue to see people in patrol vehicles for security systems, not even law enforcement, just security workers that have been patrolling this neighborhood here too. And so for this to happen in such a neighborhood is especially shocking. But really any kind of double murder like this, especially when it does appear that perhaps the son of the victims may be in custody, responsible for these double murders. Now, we don't know that 100% for sure, but this is shocking top to bottom.
Yeah, sure is. Brad, what comes next in this investigation?
So what has the son said? Was the son involved in the 911 call? I'll tell you, Diane, that's not uncommon for adult children who kill their parents to turn around and report and infect themselves.
But it's already been reported that his daughter found him. His daughter lives across the street from him. So are they trying to say now that Nick went ahead and called the authorities there also? I don't. They're without evidence, without camera, without DNA. Hard to say. The only other thing how could this have happened? Well, maybe Nick hired somebody to do it. Maybe Nick was in the will. We don't know. How could Nick need money when Rob Reiner did a movie about Nick's life and documentaries on helping him and stuff like that? You would surely think Nick would get proceeds from that, right? Family. I mean, how could the kids be hurt? He was a very rich man. I'm not going to lie to you. He had money. He was very high up in the Hollywood uh, nonchalance. Great actor. I grew up watching him when I was younger as Meathead on All in the Family with Archie Bunker and all that. In all the movies, Spinal Tap. I'm a big fan of Spinal Tap. Great movie. And it's just, they're saying that his son had an addiction, but uh, how addicted can you get to where you kill your own family? That's beyond addiction. That's demonic, if you ask me. Let me see what Debbie says. Looks don't really have anything to do with it. I heard he was addiction problems. Yeah, that's where I saw him. Yeah, well, there's addiction and then there's demonic. You kill your own family to get high. That you're past addiction and you're in the demonic realm, evil realm. All right, let's continue with this video.
To 911. So we'll see if that is there. Has he said, the son, has he said anything about the issues with his parents and maybe even has given them a statement? I mean, it tells you volumes because the bond is so high at $4 million. So I think that's where this case is going in that regard. But going back to your question, what do they have in addition to maybe a statement from the son to the TikTok of everything that went on at this location? Where did the knife? It's been reported there was a knife involved. I don't know if that's true. Let's just say it's true. Where did it come from? Was it one from the house? Was it one that the suspect brought? Again, trying to put, if it's the son, you put him in the house. Now, I'm sure he's been in the house a number of times. But the point being, was he in the house when this occurred? It's all of those things tying a suspect through motive, through a weapon, through a location, through cell phones, etc. All of that, LAPD and the district attorney in Los Angeles are pulling together as we speak.
Brad Garrett, Trevor Alt, thank you both.
At Gibson's, we're committed to keeping our customers.
On X. Rob and Michelle Reiner's son, Nick, now in custody. The 32-year-old is in the custody of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department as of this morning. That's according to online records. Now, TMZ also reporting the couple was found by one of their daughters Sunday with their throat slit inside their Los Angeles home. Nick Reiner currently being questioned by police, but Fox News also saying that LAPD says there's still no suspect at this time. So this is just coming into our newsroom. If you are just tuning in, actor and director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Reiner, have died. They were found Sunday at a Brentwood, California home. And we are waiting here for an update from officials.
Okay, so what we are finding out through this is that their throats were cut. Oof. Right? I don't know, man. And why already they got a $4 million bond on him? So if it's $4 million, he's got to come up with 400,000. I think it is something like that. $400,000 to get bailed out or something like that. Or I don't know. I don't know if it's literally 4 million. I think it's a percentage of that, but still, why such a high bond when they're saying right now, this is a video that was just released. And they're saying that they're not saying he's a suspect or anything, and they're still looking for, they're still investigating the case. So very, very fishy. And this video also said that the daughter is the one that found him. So you would think there's got to be footage of somebody walking up to that house that day, because this happened during the day, 3:30 of people pulling up there. Whether they were in a vehicle that maybe Nick owned or whatever, that's possible. Or it was some, we don't know. And then, why would they have Nick? Well, because it could have been, someone hired them to do a job, meaning the kid Nick or whatever. We don't know. And I'm not going to say his son. I mean, how bad of a shape you got to be in to kill your kids or kill your parents to get high? Like I said, there's levels of crazy, and that would just be past addiction and into the very demonic realm of gluttons, of money hungry.
We do have our Fox team out there as we've been waiting here for this update. Last time we checked in with our Fox team, they said it could be a window between 5 to 6 hours. Now, that was a couple hours ago at this point. With this news coming out here, though, we may be anticipating that here very shortly. But the New York Post also confirming Rob Reiner's son, Nick, in custody after horrifying murder of Princess Bride, director and wife. And we do have several live images coming in here from Los Angeles. This is outside of the Reiner's residence here today, and we have been seeing a huge media presence. The camera may turn here in just a moment here to give you a broader view.
All right, what's that? Well, that's a gate. You ain't getting in there, and that gate goes all the way around the house. So you ain't getting in that place unless you scale a wall or you're allowed in or have the code. So yeah, very, very, and you can see there's a camera right there right there in front of the gate, and there's a keypad right there. And very rich, Debbie says, yeah, well, they must have something to put that kind of price on them. Not really. We're looking at Rob Reiner was worth a lot of money. So if these people can lock up somebody that's close to them and say, we're putting a bond on them, why? To get that money. To get that money. Of course, he'll have to prove his innocence or whatever, yada, yada, and that'll cost more money or whatever, court fees and everything. Did he get the whole shit and shaboodle with, in the will, him and his sister or whatever? Who knows? We don't know. But it's very interesting how they must have something. Like Debbie said, well, they must have something for that high bond. Well, we hope that. And this just ain't a grab for the money. The justice system being weaponized, and they're grabbing money. $4 million bond on his son. What kind of evidence do they have that it was his son? Either you got phone data that's showing he hired someone to do it, or you got his phone pinging in that house the time of the murders, or you got something, but you don't grab someone off of the street just because they had problems with their family before or addictions and say, well, that's the murderer because their family's loaded and you're trying to get some money. Who knows? They got to have something, like Debbie was saying. I agree. They either got footage from cameras of him on that property or someone on that property connected to him. It's just too soon to tell, but let's just keep watching here.
But the media all set up outside of that residence there, as our crew has been there very early this morning. As we continue to follow this news now that Nick Reiner now in custody. Now, we've had several reactions coming in here. One from President Trump that I did want to share with you that he posted on X. This is his statement saying, a very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness with the golden age of.
Now this is suspicious. Trump puts out something. Rob Reiner was suffering from TDS, Trump Down syndrome. This is crazy. Are you crazy? Yeah, he drove everybody crazy talking about me. This is more suspicious than anything, folks. You know, Rob Reiner being involved in politics, the assassination of Kennedy and all that. This is more suspicious than anything. Let's continue.
America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. So President Trump just weighing in there. We wanted to bring that to you here on Live Now from Fox. We do have another reaction coming in here from former President Barack Obama saying, Michelle and I are heartbroken by the tragic passing of Rob Reiner and his beloved wife, Michelle. Rob's achievements in film and television gave us some of our most cherished stories on screen, but beneath all of the stories he produced was a deep belief in the goodness of people and a lifelong commitment to putting that belief into action. Together, he and his wife lived lives defined by purpose. They will be remembered for the values they championed and the countless people they inspired. We send our deepest condolences to all who loved them. So once again, these are just some reactions coming in here to this news. We also do have this live look out of Los Angeles, which is Rob Reiner's star there on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Once again, a press conference set to get underway here, hopefully within the next couple of hours, as we are learning this breaking news just in our newsroom. Rob and Michelle Reiner's son, Nick, now in custody. Important to note here, once again, though, he is currently being questioned by police. Fox News saying LAPD says there's still no suspect at this time. We will continue to follow this story. We're going to step.
Yeah, I think you folks are being bamboozled. You got police and authorities saying there's no suspects, but yet you got other people saying, well, they arrested his son and it's a $4 million bond. Something ain't right here. And then you got, out of everything, you got the big kahuna Trump commenting that Rob Reiner was a Trump delusionist. Yeah, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. And, you know, all these people saying, Valdez says, a lot of people with schizophrenia take illegal drugs. So this guy, his son, Nick, had money. The best of the doctors. He might have had an addiction, but if he had schizophrenia, I'm sure the family had him on medication and everything. We're going to need more proof than what they're saying. Right now, it looks like they're grabbing the son. Why? Money. Unless they come out with evidence. Well, we have evidence that it was his son, data, DNA, you know, other stuff. I'm not buying it. Not with all, you know, Rob Reiner was heavily into a lot of stuff with movies, politics, assassinations and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe they could be, you know, it might have been his son. If it was, then he's past addiction and he's floating around in that evil demonic realm. But you're gonna have to give me more than that, folks. I'm sorry, but to me it just seems like it's an attempt for money or something right now. How can you have no evidence, you have no suspects, but you're holding his son with a $4 million bond? This ain't good, folks. This is tyrant stuff. This is cartel tactics where they grab a person and hold them, and you're gonna have to pay the $4 million to get this guy out. Did he have anything to do with it? we have no idea, but you know, this is a tag you have to remember. California is hurting for a lot of money. It just burnt down over half of it. So yeah, this is just, and now go on alert because it might be true what the professionals are saying. You know, they're taking out people that ain't agreeing with certain people, so it's pretty crazy.
Away for another commercial break here on Live Now from Fox. Much more to come after.
Our delay is 1/5 of a second. Low.
Rector and his wife. Tight-lipped police found the bodies of the 78-year-old man and 68-year-old woman in his mansion yesterday afternoon. Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Donna Rotuno joins us now. Donna, good to see you. So I'm curious, I've been on the other side. I understand that sometimes law enforcement want to protect the integrity of an investigation because they don't want to compromise it when they go to trial. But why don't you think they're releasing some information about the suspect, considering it's a family member that they're suspecting right now?
I do agree with you, Lawrence, and good morning. I do agree with you that it is odd, especially the fact that they wouldn't release the names last night. I mean, the detective came out and he wouldn't release the names, and the governor had released the names, the mayor had released the names. So I found that strange. I mean, releasing the names doesn't have anything to do with who did or may have done it. So I found that strange. I mean, maybe given the high-profile nature of who Mr. Reiner and his wife were and are, I think maybe that has something to do with it, but it definitely.
That was pretty strange last night. Everyone was coming out and saying it was Mr. Reiner and his wife. And during the police press conference last night, they brought that up to the investigator that was speaking for them, saying, well, these people already came out and said it's definitely Ron Reiner and his wife, and they're looking for his kids. But this was before even how did these people know that his kid had something to do with it before the police even investigated the case? That was very fishy right there. Very fishy.
Only seems odd to me that they did not release the names. In terms of a suspect, I do think that the police want to be careful about not jumping to conclusions in case for some reason they're wrong. And then at some point in a courtroom, they're being cross-examined extensively about that. So I think that that's probably part of that reason. But given the fact that this seems to be domestically related, given the fact that they are not saying that the neighborhood is in danger at all, I think they absolutely know what happened here, and they're just being extremely cautious before they release information. Hopefully we'll hear more today during the press conference.
Yeah, to say that no suspect is in custody, there's no risk to the public, and still say there's a homicide, of course Correct. They have to know something. The family's saying this in a statement: "It is with profound sorrow that we announce the tragic passing of Michelle Rob Reiner. We are heartbroken by the sudden loss, and we ask for privacy during this unbelievably difficult time." What do you think is the next phase in this investigation, Donna?
So I think the next phase will be charges. I think they will come swiftly. I do think that the police know what happened here. I think we will hear about that fairly soon. Again, given the high profile nature of who they are, given the fact that this is domestically related, they are a family. It's obviously very sensitive, but it seems like the family members that have released that statement thus far are willing to say, we kind of know what happened here. And it's a very sad situation. And it seems like there's maybe some mental health or drug issues here. And it's a very, very, very sad day for a guy that's made a lot of impact on the movie industry. And A Few Good Men remains my favorite.
Oh, A Few Good Men was a great movie. Great movie. Great movie. Now, you have to think, too, would the son do something like this, right? If he's smart, No, you wouldn't do nothing, because in the end, when they pass, you're going to get everything, right? You and your sister or the family, if you were in his will, are going to get stuff. So, do you go crazy and you kill your family? Probably not. That would be the stupidest thing to do. Now, they're all saying that he had schizophrenia. Well, who don't in America? Who don't? Christ, I've had schizophrenia my whole life, probably. You don't see me running around killing people. Yeah, it's just stupidity. That's pretty much what it is. Do I know if Nick did it 100%? I have no idea. I know this much. California's hurting, and the Reiners have a lot of money. So, is it a tactic? It could be. It's obvious they would have to know exactly what happened. They would have to have cold stone evidence that it was Nick, and to pull him in, charge him, and then put a bond for $4 million, and in the same breath tell people, well, we have no suspects and everything. It just don't make any sense. And it could go back to Mr. Rob Reiner was a conspiracy guy. He believed in conspiracies. Why? Because he's smart. This country was built on conspiracies. Are these people that dumb? They must be. But am I buying this whole thing? Not yet. Not unless they got stone cold evidence showing, hey, this kid did it. Here's the footage. We got DNA. We got phone records, his phone pinging in that property, yada yada yada. Or we got him communicating with a killer and was paying him. Other than that, what do they got? They're side talking. They have no suspects, but they just picked up his son. How did the coroners and everybody release that it was Rob Reiner, and the detectives were saying, we can't say anything. We don't know until the coroners show up? This is nuts.
Movie of all time. So sad to see this.
It's so true. And I just hope that we can go ahead and put this part of the investigation to bed so the American people can start to pour in their tributes of the good times. But it's so hard to do both when you don't have someone in custody just yet. Donna,
Correct.
Thanks so much for joining the program this morning.
Of course. Thanks.
Stay warm in Chicago.
We're trying. It's getting better.
I'll see you soon.
Well, we are.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News.
All right. So what do I think? I think you all have schizophrenia and get help. Get help, please. Because without evidence, it's all hearsay. It could be a money grab. Numerous things. There's already people talking about that. This was a money grab, and they're holding his kid hostage or whatever for $4 million. Maybe, we don't know. But you're going to have to give me something more than that. Good morning, Miss Ombek, Pecky Peck, Valdez, and the rest of you people that stopped in. It's crazy out in California, folks. Be safe. Be safe. That's all I can say. And I'm not judging anybody or making any assumptions until I see proof. But if it was his kid, it was his kid. But show us the proof. Don't. In one breath, you're saying you don't have no suspects. You haven't even investigated the case. You're waiting for a judge to sign a piece of paper so you can get inside and investigate the property. But yet, as you're saying that, the governor of California has already come out and said it was them, and yada, yada, yada. So very, very crazy. Although the police investigator that did the press release last night did say he can't speak for the governor or whoever it was that put out that, it was that Rob Reiner and his wife. why a lot of people are pissed. Why couldn't the police say that? Why couldn't the investigators last night come out and say that? And I understand, but if it's an ongoing case and they had no suspects, then I can see why that investigator was talking that way. But that's a slap in the face when you're putting a press release on, and the reporter goes, the governor just released that it was the Reiners, and right there's either a conflict between the mayor, the governor, whoever that guy was, and the police department or whatever. I don't know. Miscommunications, maybe. Really don't know. But I would suggest you folks go to 101 crime investigating courses, because I can't say it was his son without having any kind of proof. No, give me some proof. I don't know. They're saying his daughter is the one that found them, which makes sense. His daughter lives across the street from him. Probably tried calling his mother and father and couldn't get through to him. Walked across the street and found him. So that makes sense. The rest of the stuff, the whole thing, I don't know. I need more evidence than that. Just because his son had an addiction doesn't mean he killed his whole family. Any more than that. And what is even more suspicious is Trump coming out saying that Rob Reiner suffered from Trump delusional. Are you kidding me? Sorry to say that Rob Reiner was a great struggling actor. The guy was loaded. He was royalty in Hollywood. How does Trump say he was a struggling actor? And that's crazy. That's just crazy. He's very high echelon in the Hollywood world, the Hollywood world out there. So, and I'll tell you what, his politics and all this stuff he's done, all the documentaries on JFK and politics and all this, probably didn't help, but it's freedom of speech in America, and you can't kill someone for voicing their opinion. You just can't do it. Let's see what Debbie and all the rest of these people in chat are saying. Debbie says, Johnny, that's why we're arguing. I don't know, maybe. Trump saying he is royalty. Pecky Peck is laughing her butt off, but now she's crying. It'll be okay, Beck. But, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything yet, or I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to give my opinion. Is Nick the killer? I don't know. You have to show me some evidence, man. Don't tell me they didn't have cameras there. Don't tell me that the neighbors didn't have cameras. Don't tell me any of this crap, because we know it's a very high echelon neighborhood in the Brentwood, in that area. And we know that they had security cameras. So I'm sure they know exactly what happened, and they're just not coming out and telling us because they want us all to look like idiots. But that's okay. I'll be the number one idiot. Yeah, I'm sure everything was probably pretty much recorded or whatever. Seen, or someone knows something. But I can tell you here, I can tell you this much. Just because someone has an addiction doesn't mean they're a killer. No. Not everyone that has addictions are killers, especially to kill their own family. Now, even people with schizophrenia, all you people, he was a drug addict and had schizophrenia. Yeah, well, not every drug addict and schizophrenia people kill their family. It's people like you that make assumptions just because someone has a mental illness that they killed their whole family and they for drugs. When I mean, the guy was 78 years old, Rob Reiner. He was going to pass away sooner or later. You know, why jeopardize another 10 years of maybe him living and lose your whole inheritance and everything to a murder? It don't make sense. But I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Anything is possible in this demonic world we live in. But I don't. I'm thinking that. All right, let me check my chat. Look at my ex-brother-in-law. I don't know your ex-brother-in-law. Well, yeah, it's probably a suspect, but I can't say. I know we've seen a lot of people with schizophrenia that are not violent people. We've seen a lot of addicts that are not violent. They'll rob from other people. They'll do bad things to other people, but their own family, you know, very, very unlikely. But anything's possible if you're all whacked out. So, no, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just give my theory, scenarios, whatever it is. Let me see. It's like a person do. They thought, Johnny. Yeah, you do. I send you videos. You don't send me videos, Miss Fox. On what? Rob what? Reiner? On what? Your brother? I haven't gotten no videos of your. I don't know what she sends videos on. Let me know, Deb. Let me know what you're sending videos about. D. Trump has got a look on his face of what? I don't know what she's talking about. So don't go crazy, Trump, because we don't know what she's talking about yet. I don't know. The cookies. What cookies? What the heck is he talking about? The cookie. She hasn't sent me no. Are you talking about the no-bake cookies? She's not allowed to have milk. She's lactose, whatever they call it. Lactose nutcase or whatever. I don't know what it is. Lactose. Whatever. She can't have milk in her cookies or whatever, or cream or whatever. I don't know, Trump, what you're talking about. These people drive me nuts. I'm gonna need private mental health after these people. Drive me crazy, Trump. All right, is there anything else any of you want to say other than turn yourselves in for driving me nuts this morning? Trump, don't get any kind of ideas. Don't get any kind of ideas, Trump. I have no idea what video she's talking about. She said, yes, you do. I send you videos. Not on what? Never mind. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Sent me a video on what? Your brother? Or the murders? Or drugs? Or schizophrenia? Trump, why are you putting baby bottles in my chat? And cookies? I have no idea. These people have, I don't know. I have no idea. Miss Fox, go outside and touch the grass. Donald Trump, go outside and touch the grass of the White House. I don't know what that means. Everyone's been telling me that. I was even in Miss Crime Lines and Alibis, or Miss Brooks, or whatever her name is. And someone in her chat said, Johnny, go out and touch the grass. There's snow all over. Going outside, it's 30 below zero. What's wrong with these people? I've been outside since 6:30 I know you. No, that's because you ain't got no snow around. So you can go outside and touch the grass. I can't. There's snow out there. Why don't you say go out and touch the snow? But even then, I'm not going out. It's 30 below out. Miss Fox says it was 10 degrees out. Miss Fox, can you tell your fans and your psychotic boyfriend in chat, whether it be Trump or Valdez, that I don't have photos of cookies or videos of whatever you're talking? I don't know. Bunch of sickos. Bunch of idiots. Trump, quit trying to get me in trouble because your whole ship's going down right now and you're trying to suck me into it. You ain't getting me into that mess. Put your baby bottles away. Look at the face he makes now. Huh? Out of here with that crazy stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with you guys. Hey, be nice to Christopher. You know, be nice to Christopher. He's been coming in here asking you for feet photos and cookie photos and all kinds of stuff. Right? On my chat. You used to be my chat wife. And here all along, you're getting pony baloney by old Valdez. Right? The Mexican Caribbean coffee maker. Or whatever it is. Oil spill connector. Tell me to calm down. What's wrong with you people? He has never asked me for pics. I know him and Trump were the other night. Dang it, he came in my chat the other night saying he's pissed at you because he's trying to sleep without a fan, but you got to have a fan in your room going all the time. What kind of crap is that, Valdez? Why are you coming in here? Why you got to steal my chat wife? Why don't you go and get your own chat wife? Trump, you got 50 chat wives. Why you got to come and steal mine? Huh? 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 Like you ain't got a beautiful woman or something. What's wrong with you people? You're gluttons. You got to have it all. Whatever little Johnny Kramer wants, you people got to have it. I say to you, good day, sirs. And I fart in your general direction, eh? I am not talking anything, or I'm not taking anything. I don't know. Yeah, dark meat. Whatever, Debbie. You and your dark meat. Whatever. Psychotic boyfriend in here asking for foot photos. Signed. Come on. Yeah, that's what I said to you, Miss Debbie Fox. You have a bidet day, ma'am. Right? Only rich people have bidets. Deal with this madness. Are you all from Ernie Shell's chat? Probably. They're probably all over from Shell. Shell, quit messing around. Trying to solve cases there. Well, that's all for the Rob Reiner. The whole thing seems suspicious now. From the word go from last night when they went live with the interview of the press release to all the way up to now, you know, before the police even got done with the interview, the reporters were saying, it's his son. How the heck did you how am I supposed to try a case when these cases are being tried on YouTube? There is no justice. Let me get back to my chat. I love my bidet this morning. It's so warm and cozy. Bidet off, Debbie Fox. Right? I'm poor. I still got a porcelain toilet seat, colder than an ice cube in the morning. Had enough of this Trump. Let's see what he's saying. They will have something to say around 4 o'clock today. I hope they got something. Right? Because we all know something is better than nothing. Okay? And I can tell you this much. Nothing from nothing leaves something. And you got to have something if you want to be in this chat with me. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, you people figure that out. You know, I'm really getting tired of you killing my stars out there in California. I'm going up. I'm going back to California. That's right. They're going to rehire me to take care, of the people in Brentwood. I'm bringing in 50 cals, lasers, drones, you name it. I'm going to make sure I protect. You're making a grab for the money, Trump. How the heck do you know that Rob Reiner had Trump syndrome? He was never looked at by a doctor. He was never diagnosed with it. This is too much. I've gone too far with you, Trump. No, Miss Cold Porcelain Throne. That's right. That's what I use. That's right. That's right, Miss Fox. Now that's what they're calling it. That's what Donald Trump is calling it. Trump distress syndrome, which is new. And we're all suffering from it now. This is horrible. A new thing to get more medication on. This is just horrible. It's just unbelievable. But that's why we make movies on this channel. This whole thing is a skip. So, all right, now we're going to end this video. I've had enough today already. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I got bluebirds everywhere. There's probably about 10 bluebirds outside flying around. No, it's just too much, Debbie. You've gone too far with your secret affair with Valdez and Trump behind my back. It's over. It's all over for all. I'm blocking everybody. Trump says I have blue balls. That ain't blue balls, Trump. That's the world that's got your gonads in a vice, squeezing them. That's why they're blue. Nothing other than that, or either that, or you got problems or something. We'll have to. I don't know. So you got a White House doctor. You got better health care than all of us. Go to him. I'm not a doctor anymore. I got a YouTube gynecologist license. All right. 2 more weeks, I'll have my proctologist license. And it's only for women. You dudes got to go somewhere else. I can't do this. I just had a MRI. I don't know what to tell you. With the way you've been acting, I can see why. We hope you're in good shape, but if you're not, then stay off YouTube. Stay out of the crime sector. And quit posting that everybody's got Trump delusional sector syndrome. You're starting to sound like Ernie Shell, and now I see where this whole thing is leaked over to YouTube. The whole dang thing, I can see where Mr. Ernie Shell and all his people are getting this stuff from. This is unbelievable. Somebody do something. Miss Ohnbeck, you live out there in California. Lock your doors, little lady. God bless. Lock your doors. God dang killer running out there. This is a flashback to Manson and everything. Right? We found people slaughtered in a house, but don't worry, everybody's safe. I've seen this movie. I'm saying condolences to Mr. Reiner, one of the greats. One of the greats. Right? One of the greats. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Yes. Wait, what is he called again? The Trump thing. No, I'm not telling you. Look it up yourselves. Do your own researches. Trump delusional Tourette syndrome. Right? It's where everybody thinks Trump. I don't even know what it is. There's not even a medical term for it by scientists and doctors yet. God, Trump had an MRI the other day. He's not in good shape. Don't let him on the YouTube. I gotta go. You people cost me too much. I think I just burnt up the last brain cell I've had. I'm gonna have to smoke some grass to just remain calm with you people. I'm not touching grass outside. I gotta smoke it because you people drove me to crazy. No, Miss Pecky Peck. I'm not. They just been driving everybody nuts. No, Johnny not good no more. Johnny been tortured, slave tortured, and abused by women and every. Johnny not good. Johnny need long vacation. Johnny tell these people, get a grip before I send you all on a permanent vacation. Well, that's just a couple songs from great band. Wants to be a great band. They were a great band at one time. The great Aerosmith. But I gotta go. I got stuff to do. Johnny need back. Johnny need back rub. Johnny need massage. Johnny need tiny feet on him. Johnny need a lot. Johnny need a lot love. Johnny need a lot of love. Long time love Johnny. That's a Johnny. Long time vacation Johnny need. Oh my God, this Trump thing is cracking me up. Oh, Trump's got problem. He thinks everybody's syndrome Trump. And I don't blame him. I would too. But Mr. Trump, you need to stay off the internet. And not everybody is suffering from Trump delusional sector syndrome. Right? I can see how your task force within the crime sector, this disease has spread massively. It's unbelievable. I'm afraid for these women. It's just unbelievable. Most of them are hostages. I'm trying to get these women free. Most of them are hostages. I can't do this no more. You folks have a great day. Miss Ohnbeck, Pecky Peck, you have a good day. Trump, you have a good day. Valdez, Debbie Fox, everyone that came in, have a great day. I think you folks should smoke some grass, touch some grass, and wipe your asses because I can smell the stench from here. I don't need this no more. I'm out of this business. I'm retired. Just when I think I'm retired, they suck me back in, and I don't want it. Oh my God. Someone send me one of them Sammy Suck-Eye girls that walk on your back, crack your back, and massage you and everything. I need a good spa day. I need to unwind and unrelax. You people got me too wound up. They say quit masturbating, quit thinking about sex all the time. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna rip your heads off and shit down your necks. In 15 years, I'm gonna break all your heads. You drove me up and crazy. Get out of here, all of you. I'm not gonna be suffering from Trump's delusional syndrome. You ain't doing it. Ain't working here. Get out of here. Go bother your husbands. Go bother your boyfriends. Why you got to be here bothering Johnny? Johnny don't do nothing bad. Johnny's just trying to be somebody. That's all. Good morning, Miss ATS News. Great live last night. Can't wait until next weekend when you go live. Got the whole week off. It's going to be great. Great live. I'm battling with these people right now, Miss ATS News. They're trying to pin everything on schizophrenia, addictions, Rob Reiner, all that. Trump came in. Trump put out a post this afternoon stating, we're really sorry, condolences to the family, but Mr. Rob Reiner suffered from Trump delusional delistic syndrome and always was against me. And, come on. I'm going to have to go get some cannabis or something. I can't take this. Hope you're happy, Trump. All right, let's see what Miss ATS News said. Great live last night, Miss ATS News. We got the whole week off. We're gearing up for next weekend. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you folks go that way. Let's see if she posted something. I'll be live during the week. Oh, sweet Jesus, for the love of God. You ladies can't do crime 24/7 every single day. You can't expect. I got to go. This is. No. You take everything serious. Haha. No, Miss Beck, I don't take nothing serious. Enjoy your day, coffee. Thank you for the coffee. Thank you for the coffee. Johnny need vacation, Miss Beck. Johnny need love, compassion, good woman, strong woman, good woman. Johnny need a lot. Johnny don't need harassing. Johnny don't need D-Trump in here saying only if I would have done this, Johnny, the world would have been yours. I don't need all this stuff. I don't need Valdez coming in here stealing my chat wife. I had a chat wife on Beck, but Valdez stole my chat wife. Now Johnny got no chat wife. Huh? You happy now? Huh? You all come to Johnny chat, take everything Johnny got, and then you leave Johnny nothing. Yeah, Johnny not happy. Yes, Johnny need good woman, good strong woman, good woman, good massage, good back rubs. Johnny will cook because Johnny don't trust no women. Cooking because Johnny almost died from women's cooking. It's obvious she didn't like me too much, but Johnny will do his own cooking. Johnny cooks. Johnny cook all the time because Johnny want to make sure no woman put yucky in Johnny's foodie. So Debbie Fox said, go live Trump. Trump's been live every single day for the past 5 years. So I don't know. Look at the ATS picture. She's on the phone with me. ATS News is on the phone with Trump in that photo. I don't know if you know her or not. I don't know. There's another woman I'm gonna have to rescue from this thing or whatever is Miss ATS News. I got to rescue these women. They're all under control. They all been hijacked, kidnapped. They're all under a spell of Trump. It's just horrible. It's horrible what they've done to these women. It's just horrible. It's horrible. I got to get off of here because you folks have drove people crazy. Johnny used to be good. Johnny had the world by the hands of the holy, everything. It's just, and you wrecked it. It's just, it's a story of my life. These women just jealous. Everybody want to be queen on Johnny's channel, but Johnny only wants one queen. One queen only. That's all Johnny asked for, Lord, was just one good queen, one good woman that's real. Not a blow-up doll, not one of these latex dolls or YouTube wannabe real women. Johnny needed flesh and bone. Good woman, but Johnny don't get what he wants. So Johnny go on crazy path. You folks have a great day. I've had enough of this. I'm going to make some changes in this country. I don't care no more. I don't care. Yes, Miss Beck. Bye for now. You be safe, Miss Beck. You be safe. All your fans, your fans going crazy. Your fans attack Johnny. Johnny's scared. Johnny don't know what to do. Johnny just was looking for love, and Johnny looked for all the wrong places. And Johnny now is scared. Johnny got weapons and lasers and radar and everything. And Johnny don't know it. Johnny got screwed in this whole thing. And I'm here for Johnny to get justice. No rest till Johnny gets justice, I guess. I don't know. Now, I want you folks to have a great day. God bless. It's very cold out. Be safe. We're talking 10, 20, 30 below zero out here with the winds. Very cold day. Be safe. I will be back with more Rob Reiner. Condolences to his family and the Hollywood movie business. We lost a great one today. Now, you folks all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here, right? You come back when you are ready to be good to Johnny. Because if you come in my chat and just want to think you're going to control Johnny and do, you might as well not come back. You might as well not come back. Trump, you can call me, but not if it's being recorded. Message deleted by ATS News. Why people delete Ombek? Why people delete Ombek when Ombek be good? Why Ombek be? Why Johnny be? Why? Who? ATS? What was the conversation? I didn't see it actually, so what was it? Why people time out people? Ombek good. Ombek work every day. Ombek cook. That's okay. She's back. I didn't get to see it. But anyways, I need all the views I can get right now in this ATS News, so please don't. Now I figured out why all these people say, don't time no one out. That's because we want these people in our chat so we can give views and stuff. Don't time nobody out. Stay warm, loves. I will miss Debbie Fox. I'm really glad that things are working out for you. It hurt. For 2-3 days, I've been hurt. I lost my chat wife. She left me for those days. And I can't do, for 4 years, 3-4 years, she's been my chat wife. A lot of people are saying, how is she your chat wife? You've never met her. I know. We have internet sex. That's about it. Robot sex or whatever they call it. But that's about as far as it's gone. And that's just about it. There's nothing else I can do. But I'm hurting. Valdez, you're a backstabbing wife stealer. But I forgive you. And you're welcome to be in chat. Miss Debbie Fox, I still love you, but it's over now because you left me for Valdez and Trump, which I'm starting to wonder, was this all planned by Trump? Is what I'm thinking. This whole thing was Trump orchestrated, right? First Rob Reiner, now me, right? I could just see it now, Mr. Trump putting out posts right now, right? It's a sad day, and we wish all Mr. Kramer's family condolences and everything, but he suffered from Trump delusional dyslexic syndrome, which he always posted bad things about. I never posted none. You son of a bitch. I've been on your side from day one. Everybody telling me the world's going to be an oyster if you vote for Trump. And all I got is a handful of shit in one hand and a hope floats in the other. And so does shit. So we're just holding on to the crap, trying to stay afloat. I got to get out of here. Let's see what Miss ATS News said. ridiculous, Johnny. It is not ridiculous. It is not ridiculous, Miss ATS Newt or Miss Debbie Fox. ATS Newt, chat, parents. Not no more. I'm single. No, I had a chat queen. I had a chat wife, Debbie Fox. Right? The Anthony Dorez or whatever his name is of YouTube, Zorro himself, Valdez came in here. Oh, oui. Son about Debbie Fox. And stole Debbie Fox from me. Now I need a new chat wife, and I'm looking. Any takers? Anybody? Anyone want to be my queen? And my queen gets treated like a queen. Each morning she gets a message. Coffee. Good morning, queen. Here's your coffee. I'm very, 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 very good with women. I treat them like queens. So now I'm looking for a new queen. Hey, Valdez, you keep your oily hands off of my next chat wife, you idiot. I got to get out of Trump. Quit trying to put us all labeled as Trump delusional syndrome, right? I'll believe it when it's on SSI, Social Security, as a disease, which I think it's too late. It already is. So I'm going there to file today for a new madness psychologist, whatever they call it. I don't know. You people are all crazy. Someone get these people some women and get them some men, because it's obvious they got nothing better to do but aggravate me instead of their husbands, their boyfriends, wives, and girlfriends. Now, you folks have a good day. Thank you very much. And I'll be back later. You've been watching the Johnny Kramer Music Movie Channel. You folks have a great day. Valdez, I'm not happy with you. I know you've been sending me messages. I'm sorry, Johnny. I didn't know you were in love with her. And I didn't know she was your chat wife. I didn't mean to long penis her, but it's over with now. I moved on. The better man won. You won. I'm looking for a new chat wife. And I'm going to keep this thing going on. To keep this channel going. The jerkin lotions. Well, that's what I might be on for a while, but I'm not going to waste my time. I'm looking for a real woman, interested, a real queen that likes to be pampered and treated like a good woman. That's what I'm looking for now. Not unless Miss Debbie Fox can apologize in front of the whole chat right now and tell Valdez that he has a small penis and she wants to come back home to me. Now, other than that, I can't. There's nothing I could do. Trump, that's not nice. And I would rather, believe me, I've seen some of the truth. I would rather have jerkin lotions than have to dip my bologna stick in something that I don't want to. Now, thank you very much, is what Gene Simmons from KISS has always said. Now, you folks have a great day. I got stuff to do. I got chores around here to do. I'm a single straight man. I got to wipe my own ass. I got to do my own dishes. I got to do my own laundry. I got to clean my own stuff up. I ain't got a bunch of slaves or anything like that. You know, I do my own stuff. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Right? I don't know what to tell you. I usually, even when I do have a girlfriend, I end up doing everything. Right? It's just ain't worth it no more. I'm done with it all. I'm going to get me. I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm going to be looking for love in some other country or so. I don't know. This has gone too far. You all have gone too far. And only time will tell. Now I got to get off this thing. I got stuff to do. I am taking applications of anyone that does want to qualify for being my chat wife. and special needs wife and all that stuff. I'm not doing anything. If Miss Debbie Fox comes out in chat in public and says, Valdez, it's over between them, and she begs for me to take her back, then maybe. But till then, I'm looking for a new wife. I'll be looking for a new wife. Now, I want all you folks to have a great day. God bless everybody. We'll be back. Pay no attention to me. I'm the idiot. I'm the crazy. You people know everything. I know nothing. So, Miss Debbie Fox, I want to thank you for showing up. You broke my heart. That's okay. I think I will continue to go on. Trump, I voted for you. My donations to your campaign were phenomenal, quadrillions of dollars. I would expect for you to have just a little bit more respect for me when I'm spending quadrillions trying to save this country. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up. But you can't pay me back in Big Macs, Shamrock Shakes, and French fries. I'm sorry. It don't work that way. I'm going to need cold cash. No. You folks have a great day. I really got a lot of stuff to do today, which consists of chores. Now have a good day. Quit showing my giant penis to your friends and all that stuff. And we'll get along great. Now have a good day. Miss ATS News, thank you for stopping in, folks. Make sure you stop in and see Miss ATS News channel this morning. Ombeck want to be mod? Ombeck want wrench? Johnny give Ombeck wrench. Now we'll talk later about Johnny. Johnny mad. Johnny very mad. Johnny got too much time. Johnny got Johnny got too much time on his hands. As Styx, the great band, Styx sang. Johnny got too much time on his hands. So, you folks have a great day. And we will talk later about all this new stuff. God bless you all. Have a great day. Be safe. You women, lock your doors, your windows. Keep an eye on who you go out with. Make sure you don't get roofied. The world's gone crazy. America's gone crazy. God bless you all. And I'll be back.